Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
The Clark County School District is expected to pay millions of dollars to settle a sexual abuse case involving a former bus driver. Thank you so much for tuning in to 7 at 7 this morning. I'm Cynthia Puga. Starting with your top stories, dozens of demonstrators gathered outside a federal courthouse last night to rally against the newly established immigration policies from President Donald Trump. They displayed protest signs outside the Lloyd D. George Federal Courthouse in downtown Las Vegas.
We cannot go silent. Injustice needs a response.
I know that it's going to be very difficult for many folks like me, many people in my community, but I want to make it clear that through all of the fear and all of the uncertainty, we're not going to back down.
Demonstrators spoke out against Trump's immigration-related executive orders, including the Lake and Riley Act, which would allow undocumented immigrants to be detained if they've been arrested on counts of burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. Advocates said the bill would eliminate immigrants' rights to due process. The Oath Keepers founder with ties to Las Vegas, Stuart Rhodes, has his sentence commuted. Rhodes, a former Las Vegan, was among the defendants in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol who were pardoned or whose sentences were commuted by President Trump on his first day in office. His 18-year prison sentence was commuted to time served as of January 20th, according to the White House website. He was released hours after Trump signed the clemency order. Trump also pardoned more than 1,500 other January 6 defendants, including at least 6 others with Nevada ties. Democrats are calling out a $335 million shortfall in Governor Joe Lombardo's budget proposal. The governor's staff presented his recommended budget to the Legislative Commission's Budget Subcommittee on Tuesday. Members of the Financial Analysis Division said it contained a structural deficit of about $335 million. Lombardo's staff presented revisions that would still leave an $85 million deficit over the budget's life. Senate Majority Leader Democrat Nicole Canizaro said she could not, quote, recall a time where a governor sent the legislature a budget that just simply did not add up. She asked the governor's office to submit its amendments by 5 p.m. January 29th. The legislative session begins February 3rd. And the Clark County School District is expected to pay nearly $10 million to a family whose children suffered sexual abuse from a former school bus driver. Michael Banco, the former district driver, was ordered to serve 35 years to life in prison in 2018. In May, parents filed a lawsuit alleging the district knew or should have known the risks their children faced. The school board will vote to approve the settlement on Thursday, according to agenda items for the meeting. CCSD said it does not comment on pending litigation. In your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Cool and quiet weather will continue through the work week with a few gusty winds today and Thursday. You can expect sunny skies with temperatures in the mid-30s at 8 a.m., rising into the 40s by 9, with a high around 60 degrees by 4 p.m. Partly cloudy skies this weekend and into the next. We're seeing 60 degrees for tomorrow, Thursday, mid-50s on Friday, and those temperatures will stay within that range until next week. Those overnight lows continue in the mid-30s. In your business news, brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. Caesars Entertainment is partnering with Bragg Gaming Group to enable Caesars to develop in-house casino games on its iGaming platform. The partnership is projected to help drive double-digit growth in both Bragg's revenue and profitability this year. Bragg and Caesars' newly formed in-house game studio team will initially develop online casino games for Caesars' digital platforms. For more on the partnership and additional gaming news, you can visit lvrj.com.
Now for your sports update, brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. UNLV's momentum stopped in its tracks, so Wyoming Cowboys coming into Vegas and eking out a 63-61 win over the Rebels, surprising UNLV early in the game with how hard they played despite coming in on a 3-game losing streak.
Wyoming kind of came out and punched us in the mouth early and was playing really hard, and it seemed to stun us a little bit. You got to get up and play another good team in this conference.
Now that next tough opponent, UNLV hosting New Mexico this Saturday.
In your health news, brought to you by Centerville Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. There is no magic pill to reverse the aging process, but if you want to counter the factors that drive age-related conditions, experts say exercise is key. Doctors say older adults should find ways to become more active throughout the day. They suggest dedicating time to getting some form of aerobic exercise or endurance exercise like walking, cycling, or swimming. Also, getting some form of strength training is critically important. They say just adding 30 minutes of daily activity can be beneficial for muscle strength and bone health. Exercising can also help control weight, boost energy, enhance brain function, and promote better sleep.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The PGA Tour heads to South Torrey Pines Golf Club for the Farmers Insurance Open, which tees off this morning and crowns its champion Saturday. Ludwig Aberg is the 9-1 favorite at the Westgate Superbook to win the tournament, with Hideki Matsuyama installed as the 12-1 second choice. Sung Jae Im is next at 18-1, followed by Will Zalatoris at 20-1. U.S. Ryder Cup captain Keegan Bradley is joined at 25-1 by Jason Day, Tony Finau, and Max Gracerman. Vegas Nation, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. John Spytek has been high on the Raiders list for top general manager candidates, but is he still now that the Raiders have lost their top frontrunner for their coaching job? Here's Vinny Bonsignor with more.
Number one, it's probably his time. He's an emerging general manager candidate, but you can't also deny the connections that he has to Tom Brady. They played together at the University of Michigan back in the day, and also when Tom Brady was winning a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a few years ago, who was in that front office? It was John Spytek.
In your lifestyle news, a YouTuber and competitive eater took on Super Mario's 45-inch pizza challenge and accomplished it in less than an hour. The viral video came from the Beard Meets Food YouTube channel. Content creator Adam Morin joined his friend here in Vegas to take on the challenge of finishing the pizza within an hour and did it in about 48 minutes. Super Mario's Pizza is off South Torrey Pines Drive, and the video was posted on Sunday and already has gotten over 2 million views. Moving on to your entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's has live entertainment every week in at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. The bagel eating world champion is returning to Vegas to keep his title, and our very own LVRJ entertainment columnist John Katsilometes has the details.
The man who is the Tom Brady of competitive eaters is making his way back to Las Vegas on February 1st. We're talking about Joey Chestnut, who is defending his championship at Siegel's Bagel Eating World Championships on February 1st at Bagel Mania in the parking lot. About 500 people are expected. Chestnut devoured 15 bagels last year to claim the world championship. It was his first time ever at the event, and he expects to do even better this year with a little experience under his belt.
That's been your 7 at 7 a.m. news update. You can watch us Monday through Friday on streaming platforms like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and YouTube. Join us weekly at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to get the latest Las Vegas news updates.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Not the Injury Law. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.